It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, when you think about this defense, this week in preparation, you can't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Throwing is Allen on third. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And this one's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Second and 10.
63.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And a good run here as he'll run all the way down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. When you look at this defense, They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a play inside. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That's going to bring it up to 3rd down. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were pretty formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now Allen. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate.
And he will take this one in for the Eagle touchdown. DeAndre Swift. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another incompletion there. That's the road now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake trust his offensive line and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing now is Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 33 yards. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 2 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Allen will try again on second down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. That incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On play action, Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him on the road. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Uncorks one for Davis. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Once again, it's Swift. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for Eagles touchdown. Chris Watkins, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. And I just said click on.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because
The guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throwing out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down moment.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. There'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Hurts going to keep it on the draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Swift going to try up the middle, and he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same.
Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
To the air, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Rodgers to return it. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run out of the gun with Swift. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
That's good for an Eagles.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Eagles 35, Bills 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football, because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in.
The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. On the option left, it's Hurts. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
They'll run right here with Swift. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. This is Swift on the counter. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Hurts. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Hines now on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Their own 28-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On play action, Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Now, I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at 7. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 40 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT. Grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start? And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, and
he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen. 83 yards. And the Bills are able to at least get one score back. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Eagles 42, Bills 14. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. On first down, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Kaiir Elam, he was the one that broke through quickly on that play and got him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Down to about the 45. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Allen going to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down, Bill.
On first down, Allen looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body boys guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Third down and 1. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox from 17 yards out. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. In motion right, Watkins. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Second down, here's Hurts. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was
an ill-advised throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Next to score, Eagles 42, Bills 28. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. Flush to his right. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, Swift. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try it now with Swift. And he takes it in for the score. The game's final plays. It doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of